Alright, so once upon a time, Jadon Sancho was the future of England. However, after Man U dropped a bag on him, he has fallen off faster than a fat man on a trampoline. But what if he did actually live up to all the expectations? I've increased his overall to 88 and we're gonna see what happened. Our first game was against Everton and Sancho got himself a goal early while also assisting Rashford for the second, getting us a good start to the season. Next we welcome Arsenal to Old Trafford, and while Sancho scored the first goal once again, Saka got a pen in the 81st but failed the Panenka, so we still won the game. After that we had a dinner date with Brentford where the two right wingers, Antony and Mbeumo, exchanged goals in the first half, but Rashford got us a second and we got another 3 points. But unfortunately in the Manchester derby, that annoying as hell Norwegian was too much for us as he bagged a hat trick and ended our winning ways. Despite the 3 wins, it was actually a pretty garbage start to the season as we sat 7th after 6 games. And away at Newcastle, we fell short again as they scored the first through Willock while Antony luckily equalized for us after, but we dropped points once again. A big game against Chelsea went better though, with Rashford's penalty being the decider for a solid 1-0 win. Then in the Europa, we were actually struggling a bit, but we went to Poland and did some business real quick with our 2 wingers Antony and Sancho each snagging goals to get us back on track. After that we had Spurs at home, and while Sancho messed up a 1v1 early, he redeemed himself minutes later and also bagged the second to earn us a nice 2-1 win. And that meant we were in great form going into the biggest match of the season so far. We thought we'd scored first, but Van Dijk biked Rashford's chip off the line, and then a great opportunity for Diaz went straight to De Gea. Then we thought we'd won it through Martial, but unfortunately Salah broke our hearts in the 82nd and it ended in a draw. Still a great run of games though, and against Wolves, Sancho scored the only goal to get a tight 1-0 win. He continued to produce away against Leicester, earning himself a brace with 2 penalties while Rashford also tripped in one of his own. Sancho was starring at this point, man, 17 goals and 5 assists in only 24 games. And on Christmas Day at Bournemouth, he smashed in yet another one, and while Moore did equalize, Eriksen got us back the lead and we held to give our fans a nice Christmas gift. That meant halfway through the season we were sitting a respectable 4th, pretty good, but 8 points away from top spot Liverpool. Their arch rivals Everton though are garbage compared to them, and we boxed them, Rashford getting a brace and Sancho snagging a curler as well for a 3-0 win. Next up we traveled to the London Stadium where Rashford continued to be on fire, assisted by Sancho and Eriksen to get an impressive away victory. Following that we had a big cup tie against Chelsea, and while Antony got one early, Ziyech posted a rebound in the second and we could only bring it to a replay. However, in the rematch at Old Trafford, Havertz scored a pen early and we just couldn't respond with 2 Sancho shots finding the woodwork, and unfortunately it was an early exit from the cup. We had to shake it off though, and against Newcastle, Fernandes, Rashford and Antony all scored from the same position basically for a statement bounce back win. Then at Anfield we pulled out an opus of a performance, Antony scoring a right footed shot, Sancho scoring as well with his week, and De Gea stopping 2 1-on-1s for a massive 2-0 win. But in the Europa we drew Bayern in the round of 16. Like what? First look at the Allianz wasn't horrible though, as Antony continued his hot streak to get the only goal of the game, and at Old Trafford we shut it down with Sancho tapping in a Dalot pass to get us past a tough draw. Also in the league now we were leading 2 points above Man City with 9 games to go, but away at Spurs we slipped a little as while Sancho did score once again, Kane replied in the 70th and we had to split the points. We fared better against Forest though, as Fernandes got the only goal to pull out a 1-0 win. Then after that we cleaned up Porto in the EL, and then it was off to the Etihad for a monumental game against City. Game was honestly tight as hell, man. We forced Ederson to make a ton of saves and De Gea came in clutch with one as well, and we took out a very acceptable draw. In the EL semis we had Monaco and they played well, man, and Bolo finished nicely for the first, but Sancho responded nicely for the equalizer, and it was only a draw for us in France. However, in the second leg they couldn't handle the lights as we scored twice in the first 10 minutes through Sancho and Rashford, and Mr. MBE also made it 3 later on to send us into the big one. We were fighting on 2 fronts here, man, and the league was as close as it could be. Us and Man City, same points, identical record, and we were only leading by 3 goal difference. Every game was a final now, but away at Arsenal we just couldn't really create anything and we choked a tough one, leaving us 2 behind. Next was Southampton though, and while we won a close one 2-3, City won their game as well, and that meant we were putting our hope in the hands of Leicester. Huge drama in our final game as well, with Antony scoring the crucial goal and De Gea saving an 89th minute penalty, but sadly City dispatched Leicester 3-1 and we folded the league by just 2 points. This was Arsenal's fault though, and luckily we had a chance of revenge as they were our opponents in the Europa League final. They just flew out of the gates, man. Martinelli bullet header and Jesus power finish, and it was not looking good. We did then get a penalty though, and after that in the 87th the golden boy Marcus came through to send it to penalties. We got an early lead with De Gea denying Saka and Antony bagging our second, but then it was just De Gea notoriously bad at pens, just going insane, saving 3 in a row to successfully deal revenge and win us the trophy. Sancho ended as a star, man, 30 goals, 7 assists in 56 games, great season. Rashford also had 30 goals but 11 assists, then Antony 18-5, Fernandes 8-11, and that's gonna be about it. Kinda a bittersweet season, man. We did pretty well, but a sour taste after coming up so short in the league. Sancho did great though, though lived up to the expectations. Hopefully he can get to this level in real life. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.